Pisces and Pisces Ascendant, welcome. Hello everyone to a new week. I'd like to start by wishing you a wonderful week. This week, there are areas touching on many points for you. Financial matters, love life, issues regarding your children and your daily routine. Something very important is working within you. You definitely no longer want to define yourself by a relationship, a job, a family order, or according to someone else's standards. Now, the sky is asking you this. Where are you truly forgetting your own value? Where are you putting yourself in the background? Where do you say, fine, you go first? These will be very important. I must say this. The week begins with money matters, expenses, earnings, and payments. An expense you've been thinking about for a long time might come to your mind again. For instance, should I buy this? Should I wait? Where should I put my money? Am I getting the reward for my labor? Should I make this expenditure? Is it worth it or not? You might find yourself asking these questions. Well, the issue here isn't just money, dear Pisces. This week, money matters for you, and actually for all of us, are testing your sense of self-worth. In a job, a relationship, or family, how much do you give and what do you get in return? Or the sacrifices you make are so naturally being taken for granted. Boo, the other person. You manage things, you keep quiet, you tidy up, but after a point, you might start questioning what remains for you. Perhaps people have normalized this by now. You are striving for things, hoping for peace, happiness, and for everything to go well. But these are looked at as if they were things that just had to be done anyway. Maybe it's time to realize these things. But still, that is the real awareness. Just because you like helping, you don't have to carry everyone's burden. Doing good for someone is nice, but not at the expense of yourself by pulling back or pushing aside what you want to do. As the week progresses, the subject shifts a little bit. Your siblings, your close circle, news and communication take center stage. A phone call might come, or a message. An important issue regarding your sibling or someone from your inner circle might be on your agenda. A matter you thought was closed before might come back up. You might need to clear up a misunderstanding. Or on the contrary, a sentence might, an old grudge back to your mind. The impact of words is very significant this week, dear Pisces. Someone might say something simple to you, for example, but you might sense something else beneath it. Or you might say something with good intentions. The other party might perceive it from a completely different place because there is sensitivity in communication this week. As you know, Mercury retrograde continues, especially with your close circle, siblings, relatives, and neighbors. You are going through a period where you need to be careful about misunderstandings with people you do go to and are in constant contact with. But of course, this week also has a beautiful side. This week, a conversation can also heal you in a very beautiful way. You may look at something that has been bothering you for a long time from a calmer perspective, saying, oh, okay, so that's how it was. You can feel relieved by an explanation coming from someone. If there is a communication problem with your sibling or someone in your close circle, you can resolve it. You go and have a coffee, for instance. Even that coffee can change your whole mood. I can say that home and family matters are one of the most active areas of this week. There might be some activity within the house here. It could be moving, changing places, or rearranging a room. The house might get crowded, guests might arrive. For example, you need to host them. More people at the table and more plates. On one hand, you feel good about yourself too. You want to establish order now, But this can also feel a bit tiring. The people, the hustle and bustle. You might have a feeling like I want some silence at home. I want peace. I want to be alone. I want to be alone. On one hand, you are happy. People have come over, you are having fun, or you are changing your home. Renovations are taking place. The result will make you happy. But on the other hand, there might be a side of you saying, I want to take a breath now. There might be a desire to calm down. Now, here, if you have shown too much understanding on a subject, especially regarding home or family you are reaching, avanza lang the how, where you say, I can no longer ignore this. Okay, I have shown understanding, but I am no longer ignoring this thing done to me. I have my own wishes, I have my own thoughts, and I want to proceed in this way. This side might be active. On the other hand, the love aspect is working very strongly. It is emotional and somewhat connected to the past. an old love, an old flirt, an old conversation, a story of the past. It can come alive in your mind again, come to your thoughts. If you are single, someone from the past might return. Or even if someone new comes along, you might feel an old emotion. For example, as if I have lived through this before. I have talked about this before. I have felt this way before. But what is important here is not to take everyone who returns back into your life. Sometimes people return to show you what you no longer want or how you do not want things to progress. To say, look, I did the right thing, or yes, I need to move on with my life. That is why one shouldn't get stuck in certain places. And I must also say this. Here, some forgotten issue. For example, a forgotten day. You have a special day. You have a special day related to attention, related to love, related to romance. It could be a wedding anniversary, Valentine's Day. There is something, it could be an anniversary of when you met, or your birthday. Here, a forgotten issue can come back onto the agenda. For example, your spouse had previously skipped your birthday and didn't celebrate it. They might make a gesture for once. Or you experience something that takes you back to that day and you say, but you hadn't done this to me. This can have an emotional impact on you internally. I mean, I'm talking about an influence that will take you back to the past and reawaken old feelings. If you have children, issues related to children may also come to the agenda. It could be conversation, education, or their health. It shows that these things might be on your agenda. Like a development in your child's life might make you question this. Did I get too caught up in other people's problems and to push my own life, my own child to the background? Of course, no one wants to push their child to the background. They are more important than me. That's not what I'm talking about. You might just realize something at some point. Like, I'm constantly running around for them. Something is always expected of me, but I want to be by my child's side during their best times. Or, I'm talking about things like my child needs me and I want to do more. That is actually what I'm trying to say. On the work side, by the way, your colleagues might support you. You might see support from your colleagues. They might notice something about something you've done. You're putting in effort, trying to produce something. You might hear things like, oh yes, you did these. You might even hear a sentence like, we couldn't have handled this without you. I must also mention that there's a deep cleansing happening in the inner world. Your dreams, your intuitions, and your subconscious will be a bit more active and more. You might have some trouble falling asleep at night. So, I can say that this week, no matter what, is a week that reminds you of your essence regarding money matters and tries to make your kisari realize that you don't have to exhaust yourself no matter what. I hope you spend it in the best way possible. Thank you very much for listening to me. And it would make me very happy if you liked the video, subscribe, and leave a comment. See you in the next video. Goodbye. Have a happy week.